What's up guys, Headquarters here, and today we're going to be taking another look at love, money and rock and roll from Soviet games. So at the end of the last episode, we had gone back to sleep after having a glass of water at 3 AM and having an interesting phone call. And now I think we're getting ready for school, so the ringing of 100 bells in my head, each one playing a different melody, announced the arrival of a new morning. Accompanying them was cheerful birdsong, the construction site a street over, the lively voices of street peddlers, the incessant hum of that godforsaken fan, and nearby disgruntled grunts. Oh yes, and if you remember, we got a bit of a vendetta against our fan, because it's really hot and we need it, but it's also really noisy. Oh! An icy glare from two giant green eyes, puffed out cheeks, and two red pigtails. I had definitely overslept, so this is who we were talking to last night. She's cute. I like green eyes, but she looks a little bit mad. What time is it? The girl picked up my alarm clock and shoved it in my face. But it's still early, I protested. The early bird gets the worm. Well, that is true. Ah, this is Himitsu. Great. Hi, Himitsu. I'm still in bed. Go away. I've known her for all my life, I think. Himitsu's mother is Russian, but she and her father divorced back when we were still little. Come on, enough lazing about. Get up, wash up, eat your breakfast, and let's head for school. That sounds most attractive. Especially the breakfast part. And the school, I can stay at home. This was my start to almost every day. After all these years, I missed that bit. Shit. Oh right. Oh wait, can I go back? Ah yes. This was my start to almost every day. After all these years, I was used to it. That's handy. I didn't read that bit. Oh right, I should introduce myself. My name is Nikolai, I'm 18 years old, and I'm a high school senior. Niko-kun! Ah, I like this. This is nice. It had the bit about Sakura before, about being that cherry blossom. And now we've got kun is a Japanese honorific, used when addressing male friends or juniors/subordinates. So here, she's addressing a male friend, that's us, Nikolai, or Niko-kun, which is cute, and I'm probably pronouncing awfully. Apologise. Himitsu's voice carried throughout the entire house. Suddenly it wasn't so empty and lonely here. Childhood sweethearts. I quickly washed myself, dressed, and headed for the kitchen. Yep, gotta make ourselves some breakfast. What do we have for breakfast? Naturally, this house was too large for just one person. After all, it was designed for a multi-generational family. Grandpa, Grandma, Mom, Dad, kids, and grandkids. Its emptiness was weighing down on me, even when my parents were still here. And now I definitely felt like I was living in a museum or a library. Who in their right mind would live there alone? Me! Nico-san, that's who! Enjoy your breakfast! You too? Fried eggs and several types of vegetable salads were displayed on the table. I lazily moved a piece of cucumber around with my chopsticks. Did Himitsu make me breakfast? Oh, you're the best! You're not hungry? I am. But I'm no cow to feed on grass. I don't know that expression. Must be a Japanese one. Himitsu frowned. Oh, you're so cute when you're frowning. So you think those instant noodles are better? Oh, sick burn! I don't know about better, but definitely tastier. I'm loving this music as well. Hey! She puffed out her cheeks, similarly to a hamster. Oh, little hamster. I tried really hard. I had nothing to retort with, so I focused on eating, or maybe it was KO. Was it KO? It was KO. Who knows? What are you planning to do this afternoon? I don't know. I think... Oh dear. Kiyosuke? Kiyosuke, I apologize in advance for all of my mispronunciations. I think Kiyosuke wanted to go to the movies. Movies. Yes, everything must rhyme. Why? Did you want to do something? She set down her chopsticks and looked at me, as if she was about to say something important. Maybe. You're right. That is important. I must listen to you forthwith. And then she started laughing, trying to hide her embarrassment. Never mind, it's not important. Oh, is it like our friendship anniversary and I've forgotten and I'm the worst friend? The worst friend. Himitsu is in love with me. Oh boy. I figured that out a long time ago, but I never did anything about it. At some point, I became so used to it that I no longer knew whether she loved me as a brother or as a man. And honestly, I didn't care. If you want to go somewhere, I can reschedule the movie. Kyosuke can see it by himself just fine. Her face gleamed with a sincere smile. Actually, I wanted to stop by the store that opened recently near the station. The girls in class have been talking about it non-stop these days. Perhaps anyone else in my place would have considered this a date. Going shopping with my girlfriend, not my girlfriend, my childhood girl who is a friend who is a girl. She's not my girlfriend. But I simply enjoyed spending time with Himitsu. In any case, she also seemed quite satisfied with this arrangement. You haven't finished eating. Nor was I going to. What if I have to eat this grass for lunch too? Why can't you just make some pelmeni or borscht for once? See, this is where the Russian's coming in, isn't it? Love a bit of borscht. That's not breakfast. I did make them before. Himitsu got offended. Don't be offended. I struck your cheek. She did, yeah, but they were nothing like how they were in my childhood. I didn't have the guts to tell her that. It's one thing to not know how to do something. It's always possible to learn. It's another thing altogether to know something and to do it, but to achieve an unexpected result. Like being shit at cooking, Himitsu. Oh, Himitsu. If that's the case, there's a chance you will never learn. Yeah, sorry. Your borscht. It's utterly delicious. Borscht. Yeah. Yeah, borscht. I repeated. Himitsu glared at me. Anyone else in her place would have poured this imaginary borscht over my head a long time ago. What was that store you mentioned? A clothing store. She replied, her eyes still boring into me. Dresses, sweaters, skirts, clothing. Women's. Maybe you're better off going with one of your female friends. I'm not refusing, of course. But it would be a bit awkward. Just there. In the lingerie. And the bras. And the knickers. Oh, I wouldn't know what to do. Why? I don't know. That's how it is here. You know, I'm not too good with local customs. And that was the earnest truth. Most people would have long gotten used to the Japanese way of life, its traditions and societal customs, or at the least to the customs of the local high schoolers. But I didn't. I was one of the outsiders. I was one of the cool kids. Actually, I'm probably not one of the cool kids. Wait, am I uncool? Oh well. Back to the actual game. Himitsu. Well, nobody is going to think anything like that. It's not like we're... Himitsu became utterly embarrassed, which in turn seemed to anger her. Sometimes, when I would talk to her, and not only her, I would reach an impasse. I wouldn't understand what was expected of me, and the person I was talking with wouldn't understand why I didn't understand. I had problems in social situations, and I needed to absolutely shit-face whenever I talked to anyone. And so the meaning of the conversation would become buried under a heap of misunderstandings that would grow in size with every phrase. In moments like these, it was easier to stay silent or to agree. Alright, fine, nobody will think anything. Why would they? Exactly, Himitsu said triumphantly and left to wash the dishes. Oh, she's the best of friends, isn't she? I believe that in Russia, this kind of weather in early autumn is known as Grandma's summer. Grandma's summer is a Russian equivalent to Indian summer. I was about to say, we call that an Indian summer here. Is Russia's grandma India? Interesting questions. Deep questions. Whatever the case, the summer heat was yet to leave Japan at this time of year. Oh. Himitsu walked silently beside me with a smile on her face. I threw glances her way from time to time, trying to figure out what was on her mind. Not that I was particularly interested. I just didn't want to think about myself. The image of falling sakura petals kept surfacing in my mind, dragging up unhappy memories alongside it. Yet, Himitsu would never bring it up. Did she want to avoid reopening the wound? Or was she simply being tactful? So it was her, under the sakura tree, and she wanted something more, and we weren't giving it to her. This is Earth to Niku-kun. Do you copy? Over. Huh? What? It seemed I got completely lost in thought. We're almost there, and you're still falling asleep. Himitsu frowned. Usually, her grumpiness looks funny rather than scary. One would almost say cute. Maybe I love Himitsu. Shit! I'm not falling asleep. I'm pondering questions of universal scope. I'm a knob, aren't I? Such as... She started laughing. Political ones? Even better. Geopolitical ones. Who will ponder them if not me? You don't have the grades of a future politician. That's not important. Many great people were mediocre in school. Like Einstein. I could be Einstein, right? So shush. Right. Himitsu grinned. And she carried on grinning. We would have likely continued with our small talk were it not for a commotion at the school gate. Someone was playing some pulsing techno. This is so strange. Oh, there we go. A bunch of people surrounded a girl. From this distance, I couldn't recognize her. Look! Himitsu said quietly. Oh, sorry. Look. Himitsu said quietly, slowing her pace. I started listening. She probably wears the same skirt all year round. No, it must be a hand-me-down from her sister. I don't know why they're all speaking that voice, but that's what bitchy high schoolers speak like. Is that me? Oh, Nikolai. Who let shabby students like this into our school? Do they allow just anyone to attend these days? Go sell fish at the market. Be careful, or you might catch something from her. It's not like I intend to, you know, with her. That's probably how she spends her nights, to earn some extra cash. So I think here is what they're implying, is that she's some sort of prostitute. Poor girl. Himitsu stopped for a moment. Isn't she in your class? I took a closer look. I think so. Are you saying you don't even know who your classmates are? Of course I do, that's... Haka, Hita, Iwamara? I fixed my hair and looked at Himitsu triumphantly. She was unimpressed. She's also our class president. Himitsu still stared at me with reproach. What? I've never really talked with her. This is the first year she's in my class anyway, so I've only known her for half a year. The fight, if you could call it that, was gaining momentum. The girl remained stubbornly quiet, merely lowering her head more and more. She's gonna headbutt him. She's gonna, like, butt him in the chest. This only gave more power to her abusers. Come on, who would pay for her anyway? Maybe for a few hundred yen. The person speaking demonstratively opened a wallet full of bills, took a few of them out, and waved them in front of Iwamura's nose. "This is a new low," I muttered to myself. Meanwhile, the students walking past were acting as if nothing was happening. I've got to stand up for her. I've got to make friends with Iwamura and teach her how to look out for herself. Again with those stupid customs. How can they do this? Nico-kun, don't. Let's just tell the teacher. Himitsu lightly pulled on my sleeve. I like it when she lightly pulls on my sleeve. What will she do? What will he do? Scold them. My. Aren't you ashamed of yourselves? I began losing my temper. Who wouldn't like me when I'm angry? Thinking about it, why do I care? She's a classmate. I had yet to ever talk to her. On the other hand, it was hard to watch one poor girl get bullied by a whole herd. I must not let it stand. I must stand up. Nico-kun, the superhero. That sounds good. Step in. We got a choice. We've had a choice. Why would I stay on the sidelines? We two are far from being the richest in this school after all. Sorry. Himitsu only gave a slight smile in reply. Sort him out. Hey! I shouted, walking confidently towards them. You leave her alone! At first they just looked at me in surprise. Iwamura did not react at all, simply continuing to examine the ground. Oh, you look like pieces of work, don't you? Especially you, Elvis. And who are you? What do you care? Go on your way. Their tone was challenging, but it only made me all the more confident. 4-on-1 isn't too fair, don't you think? What, do you want to join in? Two guys stepped forward, cracking their knuckles. Seems that they know how to throw more than just words. I'm thinking they know how to throw punches. What are you gonna do, hero? One of them grinned. Yeah? What? Honestly, I didn't know either. I just felt compelled by a sense of justice to stand up for Iwamura. Because here, we're not supposed to act this way, while back there, it's accepted to help close ones in need. Cultural differences. But real life isn't like manga or anime, nor do I have any superpowers. Well, you're gonna find out. Well, we're gonna leave it there on that cliffhanger. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I'll see all of you in the next one. Bye for now!